apparently sending Israel more than $1 billion in tank ammo, tactical vehicles, and bombs. That reverses last week's pause on weapons shipments. General Jack Keane, former Vice Chief of Staff for the Army, now CEO of the Institute for the Study of War, Fox News strategic analyst. Sir, good morning to you. It's great to have you on. I don't know which side or which way this is going, but apparently the winds are blowing the way for Jerusalem. Politico's headline: the Biden administration doesn't think Israel can fully win in Gaza. Take a crack at that first against Hamas.
Yeah, well, I think what they're talking about is Israel's ability to destroy the fighting capability and effectiveness of all the Hamas units, and certainly there's some truth to that, and that's what the pettiness of stopping these 2,000-pound bombs when Israel has so much on its plate. Just look what they're dealing with. Hezbollah is still attacking from the north into Israel, and they've displaced 80,000 citizens. The Israelis need to go into Rafah to deal with what leadership is there, put pressure on the release of the remaining hostages, and also destroy as much as they can the Hamas fighting infrastructure that is there. Now they're dealing with northern Gaza, which is the statement that you're referencing here, where the Israelis once again are doing the second and third clearing of certain neighborhoods to deal with Hamas. And at the same time, in the last several days, Hamas has attacked them over 30 times. In very small groups, attempting to snipe at them, ambush them, much more like a guerrilla unit. And it cites the advantage that Hamas has in the use of the tunnels, Bill, where they can, when the IDF is clearing in a neighborhood, some will stay and fight, others will move away and come back another day. And that is what we're seeing, the advantage the tunnels have. 2,000-pound bombs, interesting enough, Bill, were being used by the IDF to destroy those tunnels because they have the lethality and the penetration capability to do that, and why many of us took issue with the Biden administration. So the IDF has their hands full for sure in prosecuting this war. It's much more complicated. They will admit that the tunnel complexes themselves are considerably more extensive than anything they had imagined them to be, and they certainly are providing refuge for the Hamas fighters and the ability for them to move from one area to another to interdict the Israelis as they're conducting their military operations.
Okay, so why vacillate? Right? I mean, why were these headlines coming out of the White House about the delay in a single, talking $1 billion, okay, but withholding one single shipment of 2,000-pound bombs? And apparently, you're going to make the dumb bombs smart bombs when you attach them to GPS guidance systems. And, I mean, they made a point of telling America that was happening. Perhaps that's more of a political question than a military question, but take a crack at it.
Well, I think what really happened is we know for weeks they were trying to stop the Israelis from going into Rafah. Obviously, millions of people had moved there and were seeking temporary refuge. But all along, the IDF said that they were going to move the people. Now, hundreds of thousands of them have left because the Israelis have told them they're moving in, and they've actually told them where they're going. But I think the administration got so frustrated with the Israelis refusing to stop the operation in Rafah that they made a decision, okay, we're going to take away some of their weapon systems and show them how serious we are. I thought that was indeed petty on their part to do something like that.
Well, if you wanted to be a cynic,
then, of course, it became public. It backfired on
them. Yeah, if you want to be a cynic, you could say the school's out and the universities, many of them are done now. Jack Keane, thank you, sir, for coming on today, and appreciate your input. Thank you.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.